Rain continues out there across most of Kentucky, and we still have plenty more to go through before it's all over with. I'm tracking it on Defender for you.
The Cats are moving forward in the SEC tournament, and for family members of the players, it's a proud moment.
A Lexington woman faces animal cruelty charges again after officers find a dead horse on her farm.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 11.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us on this Friday night. The weekend is getting off to a wet start, though, across the bluegrass. Rounds of rain are still making their way through the area. It's heavy at times, and a threat for flooding continues tonight as well. We begin with meteorologist Jim Caldwell. He's showing us what he's tracking on the First Alert Defender. Jim? And
unfortunately, Sam, it looks a lot like it did when we were on the air last at 6 o'clock with these rounds of showers moving across the entire Commonwealth. There's a little bit of a break for some folks out in southeastern Kentucky, but that's it. And there you see what we have. It's just pretty much wall-to-wall. And even more pockets of moderate and occasionally heavy showers are also showing up within this mess. That's where you find some of those yellows or some of those reds or oranges showing up as far as just the color on radar. Now, you can see a little bit of that showing up out across parts of Madison County. Then you work your way into Jessamine County, right over Nicholasville with a good, heavy, soaking rain. Not that you need it anymore, but you're certainly getting it. And the same thing happening across parts of Fayette County. It has been steady here for a while now. It's all part of a much larger system that is on the move. The area of low pressure that's spinning and throwing the moisture toward us, it's still well off to our southwest and will continue to track through the area overnight. Here's high resolution model data. As we get through the overnight, you see a few more breaks showing up. We get into the early morning, still tracking some of the moderate and potentially heavy, but then it starts to lighten up, especially by the time we cross over into mid-morning, and by the afternoon it should be out of at least central Kentucky. We'll track it again for you coming up in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Jim. The Cats' run in the SEC tournament got off to a pretty good start today. UK pulling away from the Gators in the second half to move to 32-0. And now it's on to the semifinals. Lee K. Howard begins our top story team coverage with highlights of today's game. Lee K.
Hey there, Sam. Yes, it was just like last year. Florida got the best of the Cats in 3 meetings. Kentucky, though, needing to do the very same thing this afternoon in the quarterfinal round of the SEC tournament. Second meeting between the Cats and the Gators in less than a week. And Florida had it going early. Casey Hill left open under the hoop. Makes it a 5-point Gator lead, and John Calipari needs an early water break. Andrew Harrison would come to life, provided the offense for the Wildcats in the first half. His 3 here ties it at 12. He had 7 first-half points. Off the Florida turnover, Devin Booker escorts the basketball to the hoop, giving Kentucky its first lead since it was 4-2. The Wildcats up by 4 at the break. Second half now, Aaron Harrison drops the dime in transition, gives UK their first double-digit lead, caps an 11-2 Kentucky run. Willie Cauley-Stein lobs it up to his hyphenated brother Carl Anthony Towns for the finish. 50-42 Kentucky, 13 points, 11 boards for Towns. Tyler Eulis then seals the victory with that long 3 as the shot clock winds down. And that'll get the crowd on its feet as Kentucky moving on 64-49. Rob Bromley now with more from Nashville.
The Cats take the first step in postseason play. They took a shot from the Gators as they did in the first 2 meetings with Florida. They handled it. 32 in a row now for this team. John Calipari has the Wildcats on a tremendous run. Time and time again during this season, he's watched his players rise to the challenge.
I mean, they do have a will to win, and we have enough playmaker kind of players, from Andrew to Aaron to Carl now to Trey. I think Tyler. We got a lot of guys that aren't afraid to make the play.
We just stayed to the game plan. We punched it inside, and we found guards. And we also found some points also on the way. And, you know, you never know how the game's going. You just have to keep changing what the game is going. You know, you just got to keep changing with the times. And we did a great job in the second half of just capitalizing on inside.
Now it's on to the semifinals. And if you thought it was going to be the LSU Tigers, think again. It is the Auburn Tigers. Stunning upset in the second quarterfinal game here Friday afternoon. In Nashville, Rob Bromley, WKYT.
Thank you, Rob. I think most of us thought it would be the LSU Tigers. We'll have more from that game. A thrilling finish coming up a little bit later in sports. Sam?
Thank you, Lee K. And without a doubt, the SEC tournament is exciting for all those Big Blue fans, including the families of the Wildcat players. After today's game, Jennifer Palumbo caught up with guard Tyler Eulis's family, and she continues our team coverage.
UK fans are celebrating Kentucky's win over Florida, and they are excited about the Auburn game. The city of Nashville is also excited because the Big Blue Nation spends a lot of green when they come to town, and everyone is ready for another game day. Two of UK's biggest fans are experiencing the SEC tournament for the first time and loving every minute of March Madness.
Lots of fun, lots of energy. The kids played great. It's tight early, but they came on strong, and energy was fabulous. And to see 20,000 of our fans there was
very exciting.
Yeah.
James and Leslie Eulis are more than fans, they're family. Proud parents of Tyler Eulis and proud members of the Big Blue Nation.
I don't get too worried about this team because we got a great team. It's going to be tough to beat us.
Yeah, it's a mixture. They're all friends. They've all gelled well. I think we look at it as a whole. I mean, we look like our kids all together. Each one of the kids out there.
And it's personal now, so you don't want them to lose. They've worked so hard and they've been so unselfish. You just hate to see them lose. So you get a little nervous as the game is tight, but they play well together. So, we expect them to win.
This is your first season at Kentucky as parents. What has it been like being part of the Big Blue Nation?
It's been exciting for me. This is totally a new experience for me, for my kid, because I'm used to sheltering him, and now he's UK's kid, and that's different for me. So I've been excited. It's been great. It's been great.
Good stuff. Nothing, you can't explain it. You got to be in it, in the moment to know, but you can't explain it. It's great.
Tens of thousands of UK fans are here in Nashville, and a lot of them are trying to score tickets to the UK Auburn game. But they say whether they're in a bar or in Bridgestone Arena, they just want to cheer on the Cats, and they hope that their weekend ends with Kentucky winning an SEC tournament title. In Nashville, I'm Jennifer Palumbo. Back to you.
Thank you, Jennifer. And for more UK and SEC tournament coverage, just go to our website, WKYT.com. Well, many people will be keeping a closer eye on creeks and streams tonight as the rain continues to fall. In Franklin County, emergency managers are warning that some roads could end up covered in high water, and they say that's even more dangerous at night. Monique Blair has the latest.
This is coming. Please prepare. If you live in a flood zone, this is going to happen again.
Meteorologist Jim Caldwell says Franklin County got close to 1 inch of rain on Friday.
If we get over 1.5 inches of rain, it'll create some issues.
Another 1 to 2 inches is expected by Saturday night.
1 inch of rain is quite a bit of rain.
Franklin County Emergency Management Director Tom Russell tells me they see the most flood-related rescues when it's dark outside.
The occurrence is more likely to do a rescue in water over the road situations at nighttime or flooded roadways at nighttime for the simple fact that you can't see the water until you drive into it.
Yeah, the dark roads are very dangerous when it floods, especially in this area.
I've seen several vehicles that'll go off the road into the ditch just because they didn't know exactly where they were going.
And even if you are familiar with where you are going,
slow down. Slow down. You have to slow down at nighttime when you're driving, especially if we're expecting this much rain in this short a period of time.
Russell says the rule of thumb is if there is about 6 inches of water on a road in front of you, turn around, don't drown.
It's a whole lot easier to turn around and live another day.
In Franklin County, Monique Blair, WKYT.
And so far, no roads in Franklin County have been closed because of flooding, but county leaders think that could change overnight. A disturbing discovery at a Lexington farm. Animal control says that they found a horse that had died and others that were starving. And now the owner is facing charges. Garrett Weimer is tracking this investigation, new at 11.
It wasn't the first time animal care and control officers had been out to this farm on Parkers Mill Road for a complaint.
That's why we're here. That's our job. We're here to be the voice for the animals that can't have that voice for them.
Brown says Lee McKinney now faces charges for not providing, quote, proper care for her animals.
Just providing the food necessary for the animals, the water necessary for the animals, proper care, health visits, veterinarian visits, going to the vet, making sure that the animals are being taken care of on a routine basis.
Officer Brown says when animal control officers came out to McKinney's farm here on Wednesday, they found several malnourished horses and 1 dead horse. Brown, as well as those who know McKinney, say this isn't the first time McKinney has faced these charges.
We don't know if she has the proper means to take care of the animals or that it's just neglect on her part for the animals.
Regardless, Brown says this case serves as a reminder that if you're having trouble taking care of your animals, give them a call.
There's plenty of ways that we can try to go about trying to help the community with that particular situation. But even if not that, try your hardest to take care of your animals. If you know that you're going to get them, make sure that you can take care of them.
In Lexington, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
Officer Brown says this case is still under investigation. He says McKinney could face a $500 fine or up to a year in prison for each charge. Tonight, people around Nicholasville are honoring a police officer who died in a crash earlier this week. Many people put blue lights on their porches in a show of support for Nicholasville police officer Rhodes. The checkout counters at Lowe's also have blue lights, and on US 27 in Nicholasville, a message honoring Officer Burke Rhodes appears on an electronic billboard. People in the community say the tributes are their way of helping the police.
Oh, I think it's a good idea. He should be, he was well liked in the community, and it's a good way to recognize.
A memorial fund has been set up for the Rhodes family. You can make donations at the Kentucky Bank on Main Street in Nicholasville. State Auditor Adam Edlin says his office will investigate Kentucky's big backlog of unprocessed rape kits. State police estimate they have thousands of kits that have not been processed. In an interview with our Bill Bryant on Kentucky Newsmakers, Edlin says his office will start contacting every law enforcement agency to see how many rape cases can be prosecuted.
Mark my words, I think that there will be a significant number of hits against the database, and I think there will be a significant number of indictments and new prosecutions as a result of clearing up the backlog in Kentucky.
Edlin says the state will eventually try to get federal funding to have some of the kits processed. An Army veteran has pled guilty to jumping a White House fence and entering the building. Omar Gonzalez pled guilty today to 2 federal charges. He could receive up to a year and a half in prison when he's sentenced in June. President Obama and his family were not home when Gonzalez made it into the building last September. Investigators say Gonzalez had a knife on him, and they found weapons in his car after he was arrested. Tonight, we are learning more about a royal visit to Kentucky. Prince Charles and Camilla, the Duchess of Cornwall, will visit Louisville next Friday. Camilla will spend some time at the Neighborhood House. It's a nonprofit organization that helps families in need. And the day will end with a reception at Churchill Downs for an animal welfare organization.